you guys hear the music?
I don't hear the music, but
Come on, just dance. Oh my God, that's a little much. Sit down. I had no idea you were going there with it.
well, how do you dance?
Well, how do you dance? I think that was the
Obviously, you got
question.
a sneak preview there, didn't you?
All right, ladies, have you ever wondered how men really dance or what they're really thinking? Well, we have an instruction manual, and it is from these guys. This is Dan and Mike's Guide to Men, and 10 secrets that every woman should know from two guys that really know everything. Welcome to Sonoran Living.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
About being here.
You guys are really, really fun. I mean, we've been talking to you. Let me just start real quick. What made you guys come up with a book like this? I mean, do you really think you know it all?
Well, that's a loaded question. We don't know it all. But Mike and I are professional coaches. That's what we do for a living.
Okay.
And so over the past 10, 15 years, we've been hired by men, 35 to 55, and talking about their lives. And they start opening up and talking about their relationships, the communication gap between their partners, their girlfriends, their wives, and or both. And so we started putting it together, and we've done a program for men.
Okay.
We started doing a program for women all over the country, and it took off. And so, the book's about empowering women. It's about empowering women to choose the right man, to understand what men are really thinking, and to break down the communication gap between the frail male ego and the female. That's what it's all
Get them
about.
to communicate more effectively with each other, obviously. At the
Right.
end of the day.
What are the top 3 things that men and women just can't communicate on?
Well, we call these taboo subjects. Taboo subjects,
Okay.
and a lot of people hear the word, but they don't know what it really means. Taboo means the things that people are not talking about, period. So obviously, sex is a big one. How sex in terms of frequency, diversity, things that are around their intimacy relationships. Obviously, money is a big one. People say money is the root of real divorce. That's not true. It's really about communication.
Right, talking
around
about the money.
Talking around
the money, right. That's a big one. I mean, of course, you're going to get into things like people's fears. Dan talks about the fragile male ego. That's
Okay.
one of the big things. A man's not going to come out, we call it the F word, feelings.
Okay.
Men don't want to talk about their feelings.
Right.
Why?
Because
it makes him seem less of a man?
Yeah, because we're supposed to be the breadwinners and the guys that take care of everything and the rocks. And so for me to come up to you as my partner and say, honey, I'm not feeling great about myself, or
yeah, that's true.
I just you're going to look at me like I'm a sissy. So we really guard our feelings. So we teach women how to communicate with men so they can open up and feel safe. And so those are things in the book. It's really an instruction manual for women. So you're back to the thing about what don't people talk about. One of the things we came up with that when we do in our live events called ask parties is a term called sexpectations.
Okay.
So that's a huge thing.
Yeah,
people go into a
let's dive into
relationship.
that here real quick.
Man and woman get connected. The love and the lust, and everything's great, and they get married. But in the meantime, they didn't talk about sex, they didn't talk about money, they didn't talk about love, and so.
Well, when you say you didn't talk about sex, you mean what's there to talk about?
Well, I'll give you an example. Is frequency. We did in a lot of our surveys we do at our events. We'd ask men and women, how often do you expect to have sex per week? Now we know what the national averages are.
What is the
comparatively
national
speaking.
average?
The average married couple. Actually,
Okay.
married couples are having sex more than singles, believe it or not.
Really?
The average couple's having sex about every week and a half throughout the year.
Okay.
That's the averages. But when you do surveys of all types, male, singles, and divorce, you find out that there's a gap between the expectations of a man and what the expectations of a woman, and usually the men want sex more. So that's why the men are complaining in the
Married
locker
men.
rooms. Yeah. Well, no, men in general.
Men in general.
Men in general. Trust me, we
You know that, right?
I do.
Yeah, some of our
That was
best.
the first thing I learned in the book. Not.
Some of our best research is when people don't think we're researching, just sitting in a steamer and listening to a bunch of guys talk on a Saturday, talking about their sex lives and what they're not getting at home.
Right.
So the women are hearing, oh, all my man wants is sex, and the guys are hearing, all my woman wants me to do is talk about my feelings. So there's this disparity,
Right.
and the expectations are off. So that's what we want to do, is help people break through that.
So you think once we understand it, we can change it, or?
Well, we give women actual tools to talk about. So we came up with a scale. It's called the sexual appetite scale.
Okay.
So if you don't talk about sexual appetites and hypotheticals, I mean, if you're dating a man who's got a sexual appetite of a 3 and you're a 9, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, and it might be everything's great for the minute, but talking about what could be your sexual appetite, and we tell women on how to talk to men about it in a third-party story.
Okay.
Because if you come up to a guy and say, "Hey, honey, we're not being intimate enough," he feels really small.
Right.
No pun intended.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet.
So it's not a good thing.
Okay,
So.
we have 30 seconds. We could talk about this all day long. Real quick, the word cougar gets tossed around. What is a cougar?
Well, but we got to talk about our party at the Jack
Okay,
Rabbit Lounge.
okay.
Jack Rabbit Lounge this Saturday night. We're
Okay.
having an event. It's an exclusive event by invitation only, so you can RSVP at AskDanandMike.com.
Okay.
The Jack Rabbit Lounge here in Scottsdale from 8 to 10. So make sure you get in there. And we're going to talk about things like cougars and
Okay.
expectations and sexual appetite.
One of our big audience members is the cougar market. You know, that 45 plus,
Yes.
looking for a younger man. We get a lot of cougars at our events.
Okay, we're out of time. I'm
What?
but I know you didn't book
started.
the rest of the show, but maybe we'll have time at the end. So you guys
This
just
is kind of like foreplay, right?
I know, okay. I would love to have you on the show the whole time. All right, the book again is called Dan and Mike's Guide to Men, 10 Secrets That Every Woman Should Know from two men that know it all. And you know what, I'm really thinking they know everything that there is to know about men. They should, right? And you can find more information on our website, and you can get it right there, sonoranliving.com. All right, it's time to transition